biggest key is you're talking about models, and this what pops in my head, because again, I hate the blanket advice approach of things, and but it's all about, again, that action and learning from that action so that you can personalize that model. And what pops in my mind every time that you say model is Shaq and a Lamborghini. Is a Lamborghini one of the fastest cars? Absolutely. There's no doubt that that is a great model. It works. It goes fast. It hugs curves. It's low to the ground. It does all the things, right? The model works. Now, when you're Shaquille O'Neal or anyone else that's 7 foot tall, it doesn't work that great. Now, I think that at one point Shaq had like a custom made one where they stretched it out, but he's now older and his knees don't work very well. I don't think Shaquille O'Neal is getting in and out of a Lamborghini very quickly right now.
Right.
He prefers the higher truck, right? So, and of course, that's the most opposite example of what we're talking about, but that's what it is. You have to get it customized to fit you. And if you don't know, if you don't take some sort of action, if you don't try it, you don't know how to customize it. Like, we could just look at Shaq standing next to a Lamborghini and try to like eye measure it and be like, I think he'll fit. No, it doesn't work that way. He's got to try to get in, and then we can figure out how to modify it from there to figure out what works best for him.
Yeah, that is so true. That's such an important point. And that's why something never works for everybody, right? So it's all about that. And, I think about when we used to train thousands of financial advisors, or if any organization I've been part of or led where we had to onboard people that were talented and help them get to the finish line of being great at their jobs and enjoying it. That is a huge chasm to cross. But when we did that, a big part of what we did is we created playbooks for everything, because that's so important to scaling any organization. Excuse me, is to create playbooks and things that if you take the person out and plug somebody else in, there's a playbook for the next person to use so you can scale your organization. And so when we give people playbooks that has, this is what you do, this is the CD, this is the framework, this is the model. The issue is we're all human, we're all different. So how do you get that playbook to come alive and sound and feel like somebody else, especially when there's scripts involved, right? So the three types of, so what we strived for is kind of three levels. And so, and if you can achieve the third one, you're there. So the first one was just plain memorization or understanding. So just even understanding what you're supposed to do and maybe being able to spit back the script without seeing it. That's just the first thing. That will work to at least get people in the game. The second place, though, or the second phase or level, is to be able to situationalize it. So to be able to take the model, and then when you're actually talking to another human, to be able to ask questions, listen, etc. So to be able to actually situationalize it to the client. So, if I'm talking to, if you're a cleaning company, and your client is, the manager of the real estate, you're going to talk about it one way of what you do for cleaning, versus if you're talking to a mother or a father about how you're going to clean their house. So it's very important to go to that phase. But the third phase gets at what you're talking about. The third level is what's called integration, where it's actually integrated in your value system. So your values come out in what you say. So you sound personal, you sound authentic, and you own your messaging. It doesn't have to be exactly what the script is at all, but the script gives you that starting point to get you in the game, to give you a baseline. But then we've got to be able to know it so well that we can situationalize it and then integrate it with the situation so we sound personal, authentic. Because nobody wants to listen to people reading a script or a teleprompter, even like a podcast like this. If I had notes and I'm trying to read off the notes, I'm not going to sound like me, for all the flaws we all have and all the goodness we all have. So that's another way that I think about this too, Josh.
Oh no, you're exactly right. It's not, and of course there's the plug and play, of a human into a system. Again, it's not going to work for everybody. That's why every pitcher in the major leagues doesn't throw the exact same way. Every golfer on the PGA Tour doesn't swing it the same exact way. Are there some that have very similar characteristics? Yes, but not everybody does it the same way. Like, that's the thing, is there's so many examples of success and scalability out there. And when we're talking about scalability, what people talk about is, oh, you got to duplicate yourself. How do you duplicate yourself? Well, of course, you do that with systems. However, you do have to understand that there's different types of people in the world. And so that's what, like you said, different CDs, right? Different models. It's like, oh, you're a classic rock guy. Let me grab the classic rock CD. Here you go. Oh, okay, you're a hip hop guy. You got to grab that CD down, right? So you have to understand, to be an effective leader, you have to understand the person that's below you, or the person you're working with. What is going to make them the most effective? What is going to make them the most efficient? What is going to get, so like me personally, I know that the prospecting and all that stuff is not going to be my strong suit. That's not where I need to spend my time. My time is face to face. I can connect with anybody. I can network with anybody. I can learn about anybody. I know that that's my strong point. And so a model where I'm spending all my time behind a computer screen looking for the next person to talk to is not my strong point. Yep. My strong point is right here, talking to people. Of course, that's why, again, I'm still blown away by how many people want to listen to me talk. But again, that's why people listen to me talk, is because this is my strong point. And so you have to understand, oh, okay, that's the face guy. Let's put the face guy where the face guy needs to go. Oh, okay, this is the research person. Let's put the research person where the research person needs to go. And so that's really what people get lost sometimes when they're trying to scale or trying to duplicate or whatever. Let's take the financial services industries, for instance, like where you came from, is some people want to focus on this. Some people want to focus on that. Some people want to focus on this. But if you try to make everybody the exact same, then they're going to get the exact same clients. So that might touch 20% of the client target base. So you have to have the starting pitcher, the long reliever, the middle reliever, the closer. That's why you have a pitching staff, so that you can reach the whole gamut of who you're trying to reach.
Yeah, there's so much goodness in what you said, and it makes me think about a few things from a business owner's perspective.